45 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. Toby Monroe is now P3. Hashtag Fargone is P3. MC Chris is 4th. Julian Ruiz is 5th. Buckhead is P6. F1 Raven is 7th. Disco is P8. Huggy 65 is P10, 0.1 behind Disco. Huggy 65 lost P13 to Tabizea. Huggy 65 lost P14 to Twisted Line. Steve Jr. on lap 2 is P2 battling Toby Monroe. Steve Jr. lost P2 to Toby Monroe. Toby Monroe is 3rd, 0.1 behind Steve Jr. Is 5th, 0.1 behind hashtag Fargone. Julian Ruiz is now 11th. Steve Jr. is P2 battling Toby Monroe. Huggy 65 exiting pits. Steve Jr. passed MC Chris for first. MC Chris is P2, 0.2 ahead of Toby Monroe. Toby Monroe is P3. Best lap is a 0:23.708. 0.210 off the fastest lap. Hashtag Fargone on lap 5 is 4th, 0.3 behind Toby Monroe. Twisted Vine is P8 battling Demon Boost. Red Devil is P9, 0.2 ahead of Disco. MC Chris is 2nd. Best lap is a 0:23.601. 0.103 off the fastest lap. Julian Ruiz exiting pits. MC Chris passed Steve Jr. for first. Steve Jr. from Australia is 2nd, 0.1 behind MC Chris. Toby Monroe is 3rd, 0.4 behind Steve Jr. Hashtag Fargone is 4th, 0.4 ahead of Speed Racer. 40 minutes remaining in the session. Speed Racer is P5. Buffhead from Australia is 6th, 0.4 behind Speed Racer. Twisted Vine is 8th, 0.2 behind Demon Boost. Disco is P10, 0.3 behind Red Devil. Isaiah from Australia is 12th, 0.3 behind Lethal Force. F1 Ribbon is P13, 0.1 behind Isaiah. F1 Ribbon is now P7. MC Chris exiting pits. Speed Racer is 11th. Speed Racer lost P12 to Isaiah. Hashtag Fargone is P2, 0.4 behind Steve Evo JR. Buffhead from Australia is P3, 0.2 behind hashtag Fargone. Lethal Force is P5. F1 Ribbon is P7, 0.4 behind Twisted Vine. Twisted Vine was 2.7 faster last lap. Disco is P9, 0.2 behind Red Devil. Disco passed Red Devil for 8th. MC Chris is 10th, 0.5 ahead of Isaiah. Huggy 65 is P14. Best lap is a 0:24.621. 1.123 off the fastest lap. Hashtag Fargone is P2, 0.2 behind Steve Evo JR. Buffhead is P3, 0.2 ahead of Demon Boost. Demon Boost lost 5th to F1 Riffin. Disco is 7th, 0.1 ahead of MC Chris. the session. Disco is now 6th. MC Chris is P7. Is P8, 0.2 behind MC Chris. Toby Monroe is 9, 0.1 behind Demon Bruce. Toby Monroe is now 8. Disco is 8. Red Devil is P9 battling Demon Goose. Red Devil is now P12. Hashtag Fargone is 2nd battling Steve Evo JR. Toby Monroe exiting pits. Buffhead is 3rd, 0.2 behind hashtag Fargone. Hashtag Fargone is 2nd, 0.1 behind Steve Evo JR. Disco exiting pits. Speed Racer exiting pits. MC Chris exiting pits. Disco exiting pits. Red Devil entering the pits is P15. Julian Ruiz is P10, 0.5 behind Disco. Julian Ruiz passed Disco for P9. Toby Monroe is P13, 0.3 behind Tabizea. Toby Monroe passed Tabizea for 12. Tabizea is P13, 0.2 behind Toby Monroe. Is P7, 0.5 behind Speed Racer. Tabizea is 13th, 0.1 behind Toby Monroe. Speed Racer is 7th battling F1 with them. Tabizea is P13, 0.2 behind Toby Monroe. Speed Racer on lap 22 is 7th, 0.2 behind F1. Tabizea is 13th, 0.3 behind Toby Monroe. Tabizea is now 12th. Speed Racer is 7th, 0.2 behind F1. Toby Monroe exiting pits. Lethal Force is P5, 0.6 behind Twisted Vine. 30 minutes remaining in the session. Speed Evo JR is P10, 0.5 behind Disco. MC Chris is 12, 0.5 behind Huggy 65. Toby Monroe exiting pits. Huggy 65 on lap 25 is P12, 0.2 behind MC Chris. Huggy 65 entering the pits is 13. Tabizea is 12. Tabizea passed MC Chris for P11. Steve Evo JR is P9, 0.1 behind Julian Ruiz. Steve Evo JR was 0.5 faster last lap. Steve Evo JR is now 8. Disco is 9, 0.4 behind Steve Evo JR. MC Chris from Australia is P12, 0.4 behind Tabizea. Steve Evo JR exiting pits. Red Devil entering the pits is P14. F1 Ruffin is 6th, 0.5 behind Twisted Vine. F1 Ruffin passed Twisted Vine for 5th. Tabizea is P11, 0.9 behind MC Chris. MC Chris was 0.7 faster last lap. Huggy 65 exiting pits. Red Devil exiting pits. F1 Ruffin is 5th, 1.4 behind Lethal Force. Speed Racer is 7, 1.1 behind Twisted Vine. F1 Ruffin is 5th, 1.1 behind Lethal Force. Speed Racer is P7, 0.3 behind Twisted Vine. Speed Racer was 0.5 faster last lap. Twisted Vine is P7 battling Speed Racer. F1 Ruffin is 5th, 1.0 behind Lethal Force. 25 minutes remaining in the session. Twisted Vine is 0.8 behind Speed Racer. Disco is P8, 0.5 behind Twisted Vine. Lethal Force on lap 38 is 5th, 0.9 ahead of F1 Ruffin. Lethal Force is now 4th. Lethal Force is now 3rd. Buffhead exiting pits. Buffhead is 6th, 0.1 behind Speed Racer. Buffhead lost 7th to Twisted Vine. F1 Ruffin is P4, 0.9 behind Lethal Force. Buffhead is 8th, 0.3 behind Twisted Vine. Buffhead passed Twisted Vine for P7. Disco on lap 41 is P7 battling Buffhead. Buffhead is 6th, 0.7 ahead of Disco. Julian Ruiz is 9th. Best lap is a 0:23.532. 0.290 off the fastest lap. Speed Racer is P6, 0.2 behind Buffhead. Disco is 8th, 0.1 behind Julian Ruiz. Huggy 65 is 13th. F1 Ruffin is P4, 1.0 behind Lethal Force. Huggy 65 exiting pits. MC Chris on lap 47 is P9, 2.0 behind Twisted Vine. MC Chris was 1.1 faster last lap. Isaiah exiting pits. F1 Ruffin is P4, 0.5 behind Lethal Force. F1 Ruffin passed Lethal Force for 3rd. MC Chris on lap 48 is 9th, 0.4 behind Twisted Vine. MC Chris was 1.1 faster last lap. 20 minutes remaining in the session. Red Devil exiting pits. MC Chris is now P8. MC Chris passed Twisted Vine for P7. Twisted Vine is 8th. Isaiah exiting pits. Lethal Force exiting pits. Twisted Vine is now 7th. Buckhead is 3rd, 0.5 behind F1 Ruffin. Buckhead was 0.9 faster last lap. Buckhead passed F1 Ruffin for P2. Demon Boost exiting pits. Lethal Force is P10, 0.4 behind Demon Boost. Lethal Force passed Demon Boost for P9. Red Devil exiting pits. F1 Ruffin exiting pits. Demon Boost is P10, 0.5 behind F1 Ruffin. Demon Boost passed F1 Ruffin for P9. MC Chris is P5, 0.5 behind Speed Racer. MC Chris passed Speed Racer for P4. Disco exiting pits. Demon Boost is 9, 2.9 behind Lethal Force. Speed Racer exiting pits. Demon Boost is now 8th. Speed Racer is P10, 4.1 behind F1 Ruffin. F1 Ruffin was 9.7 faster last lap. MC Chris exiting pits. Toby Monroe is 12th. Best lap is a 0:23.304. 0.062 off the fastest lap. Hashtag Fulani entering the pits is first. Red Devil is P14. Toby Monroe is 13th battling Huggy 65. Hashtag Fulani exiting pits. Red Devil on lap 49 is P14. Steve Jr. exiting pits. Toby Monroe from Australia is P13 battling Huggy 65. Red Devil is P14. Julian Ruiz exiting pits. Toby Monroe is 13th battling Red Devil. Red Devil is 15th, 0.3 behind Disco. Twisted Vine exiting pits. Red Devil is now 14th. MC Chris is 7th, 0.5 behind Julian Ruiz. MC Chris was 27.5 faster last lap. MC Chris passed Julian Ruiz for 6th. 15 minutes remaining in the session. Demon Boost on lap 60 is fourth, 2.2 behind Lethal Force. MC Chris is 6th, 0.8 behind F1 Raffin. Demon Boost is 4th, 2.0 behind Lethal Force. F1 Raffin is P6. Best lap is a 0:23.515. .334 off the fastest lap. Demon Boost is P4, 1.4 behind Lethal Force. Isaiah exiting pits. Red Devil exiting pits. F1 Raffin is 6th. Red Devil entering the pits is 14th. Demon Boost is 4th. 1.6 behind Lethal Force. MC Chris is P5, 0.5 behind Demon Boost. MC Chris is now P4. Hashtag Thulani exiting pits. F1 Raffin is P5, 1.5 behind MC Chris. Evo JR is P8 battling Demon Boost. Evo JR passed Demon Boost for P7. Toby Monroe entering the pits is 15. Demon Boost is 8, 0.2 behind Evo JR. Isaiah is 10th, 0.4 behind Huggy 65. Isaiah was 0.9 faster last lap. Huggy 65 is 10, 0.1 behind Isaiah. Toby Monroe exiting pits. MC Chris is P4, 0.6 behind Lethal Force. Lethal Force is third, 0.1 ahead of MC Chris. 10 minutes remaining in the session. Lethal Force lost P3 to MC Chris. Buckhead exiting pits. MC Chris is P3, 0.2 ahead of Lethal Force. Lethal Force is 4th, 0.3 behind MC Chris. Toby Monroe exiting pits. MC Chris is P3, 0.7 behind #Fargone. Lethal Force is 4th, 1.4 behind MC Chris. MC Chris from Australia is P3, 0.1 behind #Fargone. #Fargone is 3rd battling MC Chris. Twisted Vine on lap 74 is 11, 2.2 behind Huggy 65. #Fargone from Australia is P3, 0.3 behind MC Chris. Speed Racer is 6th. Best lap is a 0:23.567. 0.467 off the fastest lap. #Fargone is 3rd, 0.7 behind MC Chris. Twisted Vine is P11, 1.0 behind Huggy 65. Speed Racer is 6th, 1.0 behind F1 Ripple. Twisted Vine is P11, 0.9 behind Huggy 65. Speed Racer is 6th, 0.1 behind F1 Ripple. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Speed Racer passed F1 Raffin for 5th. F1 Raffin is 6th, 0.3 behind Speed Racer. Twisted Vine is 11th, 0.5 behind Huggy 65. F1 Raffin is P6, 0.4 behind Speed Racer. Toby Monroe entering the pits is P13. Twisted Vine is 11th, 0.7 behind Huggy 65. Toby Monroe exiting pits. F1 Raffin is P6, 0.9 behind Speed Racer. Twisted Vine from Australia is 11th, 0.5 behind Huggy 65. MC Chris is P2, 0.8 behind Buckhead. Speed Racer is 5th, 0.8 behind Lethal Force. Speed Racer passed Lethal Force for P4. MC Chris from Australia is P2, 0.7 behind Buckhead. F1 Raffin is 6th, 0.7 behind Lethal Force. Toby Monroe entering the pits is P13. MC Chris is P2. Best lap is a 0:23.248. 0.148 off the fastest lap. F1 Raffin is P6, 0.1 behind Lethal Force. F1 Raffin is now P5. MC Chris is P2, 0.5 behind Buckhead. Toby Monroe exiting pits. F1 Raffin is 6th, 1.1 behind Steve Evo JR. MC Chris is P2, 0.3 behind Buffhead. The leader has just finished the race. Buffhead finished first. MC Chris finished second. Hashtag Fnlongi finished P3. Tabizea finished P9. Huggy 65 finished 10. Twisted Vine finished P11. Speed Racer finished 4th. Steve JR finished P5. F1 Raffin finished 6th. Demon Boost finished 7th. Toby Monroe finished P13. Disco finished P12.